Dolphins. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Miami. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Now Tua. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken from about the 12. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. Here's a Florida native from up near Pensacola. It's Michael Carter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson out to his left. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Carter. And he will have the 1st before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. On 1st down, right back to Carter. A beautiful fit. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter taking it in from the 20. And the Jets are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 73 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On third down, Wilson on the move to his left. And that is incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. 2 seconds to go, first quarter. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a one-touchdown game. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Play action. It's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A 1-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They'll try to run with Hall. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Going for it, it's Carter. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Michael Carter, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Sliding out of the pocket. And going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and two more for good measure. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? Now I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Carter. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. On 1st down, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years.
To a hit, and the ball is out. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. He's got room at the 30. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. We know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 15 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. The Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. On 2nd and 9. Tua on the screen. This is Edmonds. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Dolphins have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th. And now they're going to try an onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Carter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Wilson to throw. Steps away.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany, and the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
A handoff running left is Mostert.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's, dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused, boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this.